Welcome to the Mindset Chick podcast. If you are looking to stop settling and want to gain the clarity and confidence to manifest the life and biz of your dreams, then this show is for you. I'm your host, Kristi Dear, sharing with you simple yet powerful and effective mindset tips that will allow you to attract more abundance, prosperity, and success into your life. So get ready, get excited, and let's go manifest some amazing things together. Welcome back to the Mindset Chick podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. And today I'm honored to welcome one of my friends and business partners here with us, Jillian Lodano. Jillian is here to talk to us today about energy healing and the importance of being open to receive the energy healing, because that's how it works. We've talked a lot in the previous podcast about how everything is energy. Everything is connected, and what you put out energetically, not just with your words, but with your energy, that's what comes back to you. So Jillian is a master level integrated energy therapy practitioner. She's a transformational life coach, light worker, energy healer, speaker, YouTuber. That's where she teaches her energetic healing modalities such as EFT, tapping, and meditation, as well as online workshops. She holds a degree in communications with a minor in psychology and photography. We are also on the same team, and she is a beauty rep for a plant-based beauty and wellness company like myself. She's a licensed cosmetologist and host of Thursday Talks, weekly live talk shows that highlights amazing and innovative people who are making a difference. So Jillian, I am so happy to have you join us here today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on. What an honor to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm so honored to have you here today. And I love that we're talking about energy work because this is just so fascinating to me, just how everything is energy, how we're all connected. What you put out, you get back. And I know that when a person receives energy work, energy healing, they also have to be open to receive this energy work. So when somebody's wanting to do the work on them, if they're not open, if they're blocked or they're a little hesitant, it doesn't work as well. So the month of March, we're talking all about receiving and the importance of being open to receiving, the importance of, releasing the blocks, releasing the tension, and just being open to allowing great things into your life. So this ties into, your energy work that you do. So what is integrated energy therapy and what made you want to study it?
Well, it's funny because, first of all, let me just tell you what integrated energy therapy is. It's very similar in a way, but very different from Reiki. It's an energy healing modality, but it works with an angelic energy ray versus Reiki, which works more on a physical energy level. So with IET, you're working with angels essentially, which is something I've always been fascinated with. The angelic realm is just, like you said earlier in your intro, we're all energy. Everything's energy. Energy can never be made or destroyed. And with IET, you're channeling the angelic realm when you're energy healing with your clients. And it's something you could do on yourself too, which is really how I got started in it. I decided to learn IET 3 years ago. I became very, very ill, and it was one of the scariest times in my life. I was in bed sick for so long with a pneumonia that would not go away. And during that time, I went inward a lot. I meditated every single day. And I had this epiphany that I needed to heal myself. Nothing was working, and we're all divine and whole, and we have everything we need in us. And that was my main catalyst for wanting to learn an energy healing modality. Now, I've always had Reiki done on me through the years, and I was always, really into it. And I really resonated with it. So I decided that Reiki was going to be what I was going to learn. And I was just going to heal myself from this point forward. And I reached out to an energy healer in my area, and we had a long conversation, and I explained to her that since I was a child, I've always been extremely intuitive, very much tapped into a lot of things. And she said to me, with being that way, have you ever thought of having an integrated energy therapy session? She said, nothing against Reiki. It's a beautiful modality, but I'm thinking based on what you're saying, you might resonate more with this other modality. So I agreed to try it. I went into her office and we started with traditional Reiki. And throughout probably halfway through the session, she switched to IET. The difference was profound on so many levels. It just felt deeper to me. Another disclaimer, I'm not saying anything bad about Reiki. I'm saying my personal experience. And it resonated so much more. I felt it throughout my body. I felt just so many emotions, so many things bubble up. So I really decided that integrated energy therapy was the modality that I was meant to learn. And because it had to do with angels, I felt like it was a sign. And yeah, that was how I got started with it. And I have since done it on myself every day. I do it every day in morning session after my meditation. And it does amazing things. It really is such a beautiful healing modality. And I love sharing it with other people.
Wow, that's wonderful and a beautiful experience. And I don't think I realized that it was actually working with angels
Yeah.
on the angelic realm. So that's pretty powerful and beautiful. So you can do this on yourself, I guess, or have somebody work with you, right?
Yeah. So with an IET session, you can do it on a client like you would in Reiki, but you could also do it on yourself. And it's really interesting because there's different parts to IET. So you initially start with you do a heart link with your angels and you kind of connect, you channel, and you're channeling the energy is what you're doing. And when you do it on yourself, you go through all of the integration points, because another thing about integrated energy therapy is it is a hands-on approach. Whereas other healing modalities, you kind of hover the hands over. So you could do these same points on yourself. And I have healed some amazing things. I was supposed to have hip surgery in March, and the pandemic hit. Hip surgery never happened. It got canceled. And it was coinciding with all of my IET trainings. And I said, you know what? I think that this is a sign. I think I'm supposed to heal myself. And I was at a point where I could barely stand. I had the same hip surgery when I was 28 in my other hip. And here I am now, my early 40s, with the other hip now needing it. And because it got canceled from COVID, I was devastated at first because I was looking forward to feeling better. But then I decided with this beautiful energy healing modality that I love so much, why don't I just continue doing it on myself and see what happens? And here we are. I do my workout videos 3 days a week. I jump around, I do things, and I feel amazing. So, I mean, it's not to say that, energy healing modalities are going to replace modern medicine. I'm not saying that to anybody listening. You still need your doctors, you still need, whatever you need to do. But I will say from my personal experience, I feel amazing. And I would have never believed somebody else saying this, but because it happened to me, my mind is officially blown.
Wow. And that story is really incredible. I know you shared that story with me before, and I was just so inspired because of, what has happened to me with my diagnosis with slip disc. And then a few months ago, my hip was hurting really bad. As you know, I love to be active and work out. I was just having this pain in my hip. And so, I was doing a lot of, I'd gone to my doctor and everything, but I was doing some meditation. I was doing some affirmations. I was stretching. And I remember sharing that with you. You sent me energy healing, I guess, in the middle of the night. But anyways, but I didn't know that. So I remember one night it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I remember just this beautiful, like, energy, this heat, this soothing energy and heat just all over my hip. And it felt so much better. And it felt like it was healing. And it actually felt like hands were, touching and healing and stuff. And I kind of woke up and I thought, wow, that was incredible. And then I had shared that with you. And I think you told me, oh my goodness, I sent you energy healing.
Yeah. That story, when you said that to me, that filled my heart like you wouldn't even know, because I believe in this wholeheartedly, and I know that it works because I've done it to myself. But when I do send energy to other people and I get these stories back, it's so inspirational on so many levels, because it just goes to show, like you said earlier, we are all energy. Everything is just vibrating at different frequencies, and we can send energy to other people. It's very similar to when people do prayer groups or prayer circles or things of that nature, or when people have miraculous recoveries and there's really no explanation. A lot of these things are people sending energy to other people, and they do receive it. And earlier, what you said about having to be open and receiving to get the energy. That is true in a sense. But I personally feel like we have like a spiritual savings account. And one of my energy healers told me about this concept where even if you're not quote unquote open to receiving the energy and somebody is constantly sending you energy, it's kind of getting stored up and saved up in this spiritual savings account that you have. And when you do become open and receiving, all of that floods to you. And in my eyes, that could be where these miraculous recoveries come from. Because again, energy is, like I said, never made or destroyed. It's always there. So when you're sending it to someone, whether they're receiving it or not, air quotes on that, it's still making its way to them. And when you told me that, I was just so excited to hear that because it was amazing. I was so happy you shared that with me.
Yes, and it was amazing. And I love that. That's such a good point. A spiritual savings account. And it made me think of the line in one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill, where he says, when blessings come, sometimes they come so fast. You wonder where they've been hiding all these years. And maybe in a sense, it's like that. A person may not be open and ready to receive healing or energy. And then maybe they do become open, or maybe it's just, it built up so much that when it comes, it can sometimes come so fast and so swiftly. And you wonder, oh my gosh, where is this healing? Where is these blessings? Where is all this abundance been hiding all these years?
Yeah. And meanwhile, it's been there the whole time. It was just ready for you to receive it.
Yeah, just ready for you to receive it. I love that. So you explained this a little bit with the IET sessions, but if somebody was going to a session, a one-on-one session with you in person, what would it feel like? Like, what could they expect from it?
So an IET session in person, the nice thing about it is, I know a lot of people with massage don't like the fact that you have to take your clothes off. IET, you're clothed. You're perfectly clothed the whole time. You're on a massage table. Usually there's a pillow under your head, maybe a bolster under your knees, maybe a blanket over you. It's very comfortable. There's usually some really relaxing music on in the background. And there is very light touch in IET in person. Again, unlike Reiki, where it's hands hovering over, IET, there's a little bit of, it's kind of like an acupressure type of touch. Nothing crazy, just, very relaxing. Usually the practitioner in the very beginning of the session will ask, is there anything that you're wanting to let go of? Or is there anything on your heart or in your mind? Kind of to help the client set an intention. Because with IET, the catchphrase is it gets the issues out of the tissues. And it works at a cellular level. So our bodies store so much. They store so many memories and so many feelings. And IET helps to release these and integrate new feelings. It reminds me, in a sense, almost like EFT tapping in that sense. I know you've talked about that before on your show. But so in a session, you'll, like I said, be laying on the massage table, and your practitioner will go across your body with this light touch in certain areas that kind of coincide with your chakra system, different acupressure points. And it's just very, very relaxing. And when you're experiencing one of these sessions, there's lots of things people experience. Sometimes you might see colors. Sometimes you might feel temperature changes in the room. When you're working with energy, sometimes you can get warm, you can get cold. Some people laugh, some people cry. I mean, there's so many emotions that release when you're doing this energy modality. You're releasing blocks, and the flow, the chi in your body is beginning to flow easier. So all of these things could come up. Some people, maybe nothing will come up right away, which is perfectly fine too. And usually after a session, I like to tell people, give it a few days, see what comes up too, because you have realizations, at least I have in the past. A day or so after, I feel like it's still integrating. Also, your practitioner, when your practitioner is doing the IET session on you, a lot of energy workers are very intuitive, such as myself, and a lot of things come up for the practitioner as well. So sometimes when the session's over, the practitioner and the client will share what came up for both of them. And does this resonate with you? And I felt this, or, things of that nature. So it's a very holistic modality, and it's so relaxing. It feels so good. And like I said, it really balances your energy field and really helps get the issues out of the tissues. It's really a beautiful, beautiful modality that I love so much.
It just sounds incredible. And just so like freeing, like you're just beautiful. It's like even tough to describe because it does feel like angelic. It does feel beautiful. It feels like you're working, together to release just stored thought, emotions, blocks that maybe you didn't even realize you had, and they're coming to the surface and they're just like, it's like they're like, I'm free. And it just sounds like it feels incredible and definitely makes me want to do a session for sure. So we talked about this working with, both of our hip pain. What other issues could IET work with?
It could help with a lot of things, actually. So we had touched on that it could help with physical ailments, but stress management, that's another really great one that it helps with, because again, we hold stress in certain areas of our body. You'll hear people say, I could feel it in the pit of my stomach. All of these areas of our body hold these feelings. So when you're doing IET, it's creating this energy flow. It really, really improves stress and anxiety and things of that nature, lowers your blood pressure, balance and harmony. A lot of people feel just not balanced. They feel all over the place, right? This is a really nice way to feel just centered and balanced. So like we also said, the physical issues, if you have pains or anything like that anywhere in your body, I feel like, again, it relieves the tension in the areas, because built up energy and pent up energy just creates pain. It really does. And so this definitely helps with that. And emotional stress and trauma. A lot of people have baggage from their childhood, limiting beliefs, things that have happened to them that they're storing in their body and they've never been released. And one of my favorite authors, Louise Hay, talks about this as well, that different ailments we're having usually have to do with certain emotions. So because this modality works with clearing emotions and imprinting new emotions, it helps with emotional stress and trauma as well.
I love that. Well, that's so powerful. So many different things that it can help with for sure. So can these sessions be done like over Zoom or over a phone call if somebody doesn't want to meet in person?
Yes, actually, the remote sessions are really big now. With COVID, a lot of people aren't comfortable being together, so they can be done remotely. And it's interesting because years ago when before I even heard of this, I heard that Reiki can be done remotely. And I was very skeptical about that. But if you think about it, every time you think of somebody and then they call you, right? Or when you think of somebody, maybe let me rephrase that. When you think of somebody and they call you, that exchange in energy, you're not with the person. This happens to me all the time. I don't know if it happens to you, but I feel like I think of somebody and bam, they call. Or, these little nuances that happen in our life. And if you think about it, that is energy transferring in the simplest of forms. So with IET and Reiki, you can do them both remotely. So in a remote session, the way that I like to do it is similar how you received it. I would do the session here. I still set up my sacred space. I set up my massage table. I do all the things as if you were physically here in the room. I do my heart link. I do all the hand motions. You could do them two ways. You could do them in the air, pretty much as if the person was there, or you could do them on, they call it a surrogate. You could have, a stuffed animal or something in place of the person, whatever you wanted to do. But you go through the entire session as if you were doing it on the person with the same intention. You heart link to this person's energy into the angelic realm, and you send the IET with the intention that this person's going to receive it. Now, you could do it where you have the client say, Kristi, your appointment's at 1:00. So you're going to go find a comfortable spot in your house at 1:00. You're going to lay down. You're going to do breathing exercises while I'm here doing it remotely. At the end of it, I call you, we talk about it. I tell you what came up. We discuss the session. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is where the practitioner does it at any time with the intention that when the client goes to bed that night, they receive it when they're sleeping. Because I feel like when we're sleeping, we're completely open vessels, open to receiving anything, everything, our brainwaves, everything is just slowed down. And I personally feel like that is when we're most receptive. So in that case, you would touch base with the client the next day and you would talk about what came up and things of that nature. But some people say that the remote sessions are even more powerful than the in-person sessions. Some people aren't comfortable with energy healing, modalities in person. Some people still think it's taboo. Who knows? But the remote sessions, you do it in the privacy of your own home. You're comfortable, you're very relaxed, and energy follows intention. So if we both have this intention that this is what's happening and we're connecting energies, it's going to make it to you regardless. So yes, you could totally do them remotely.
That's so incredible. It is really powerful to see and experience how we really are all connected. And I know you and I have done that a couple of times. Like we text each other at the same time. We're thinking about each other at the same time. I know my mom and I do that a lot. We'll both get our phones and seem to text at the same time, or my daughter and I, or different people. And it is really powerful. It's like, wow, I was just thinking the same thing. I just was going to call you or text you and say the same thing. So it is incredible how that works. And I mean, the healing that I got in the middle of the night, I don't, remember you even telling me you were going to send me the healing. I just felt it. And then I told you about it and you're like, oh yeah, I sent you healing. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. And it felt amazing. Actually, it felt amazing.
That's awesome. I love that so much. And you're right. When you said that about you and your mom, my mother and I were the same way. When my husband and I first started dating, he said, wow, you guys are really weird, because I would think something and she would come home with that item, or I would say her name and she would call. Like there was so many little things like that, but it was all the time. And that's basically what, our energy is all connected. We could communicate with people. I know this sounds strange when I say it out loud, but we can communicate with people telepathically. That's basically prayer. That's sending energy. That's the same thing. Like when you and I both text each other at the same time, we're picking up on the other person's frequency and the other person's vibration, and we receive it and we hear it. And it's like, it's amazing how connected we all really are. And those things seem to happen more and more the more you become open to them.
Right. The more you become open to it. I love that, because it's so true. And I really believe that, because I've experienced that too, connecting with somebody, just sending somebody love, or, praying for somebody, or, thinking about somebody in your mind's eye, closing your eyes and just like sending them love and blessings and seeing them have a beautiful day or whatever that is, whether the person knows it's from you or not. It's like, they can experience that. I've had people that I've sent that to or done that for, and then them come and say, around this time of the day, I just felt this overwhelming love and compassion, and I just felt really great. And sometimes I said, oh, well, I was thinking about you. And sometimes I didn't say anything at all. I've experienced that. I believe it. It's really powerful. So yeah. Jillian, I would love for you to lead us through a quick demonstration for listeners on how they can do this Angelic Heart Link with you, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. So in IET, whenever we're about to do a session, we do an Angelic Heart Link, because like I said, this energy is coming from the angelic realm. So the beautiful thing is anybody could do a Heart Link. I mean, not everybody could do an IET session. You need to be attuned to it, but a Heart Link, anybody could do, connecting with our angels. So we're going to do that today. And it's something that you could do at any time that you want to get healing energy, to feel grounded, to just feel the love. And here's the coolest part. Once you do a Heart Link, you could extend that Heart Link to someone else, which is really neat too, because it's not that you're giving the other person your energy, you're almost channeling the angelic energy from you to the other person. And that's what you're doing in an IET session too. So yeah, let's do it. This will be really fun. And this is something you guys could use all the time. And it's really beautiful. It feels really good too. So if you guys are ready, everybody, if you're seated, just put your feet on the ground, grounding, and just close your eyes for a moment and just take a couple deep breaths and really begin to relax, just to notice how your body feels right now. Just relax into that. And we're going to go into our heart space, into our heart chakra. And I want you to visualize your heart space. And I want you to visualize it just opening up right now. And to do that, think about something that you're grateful for right now. It could be a person you're grateful for. It could be something in your life. Gratitude is love. So think about something that really, really lights you up right now. And while you're doing that, your heart is just opening right now with that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of love. And what you're going to do is you're going to offer gratitude and love to your angels. So we have 9 healing angels in IET, but you can choose whatever angel you want to speak with. It could be a loved one, it could be anybody, it could be source energy. But I'd like you to visualize what angel you want to connect with right now and open your heart space and visualize a golden cord, if you will, coming up through your heart space, up through your throat chakra, up through your crown chakra, and extend up to the highest angelic realm, and offer love and offer gratitude to whatever angel it is that you're connecting with. And offer a prayer. Ask them to guide you, direct you, surround you, and protect you. And send your love up to this angel. And picture your golden heart cord connecting with your angel's heart. And when you give, you always receive. So be in that place for a moment and know that you're connecting with this higher power. And you're sending all this love and all this gratitude. And they're going to send it back to you. But they're going to send it back 10 times the amount. So visualize that beautiful golden cord expanding with all the love and all the healing energy that they're going to send back down to you. And feel that overflow into your heart. Visualize this. Visualize your heart space just opening and filling with love, gratitude, healing. While you're in that place of overflow, if you'd like, you could extend this heart link to your family, to your friends, to whomever. So do the same thing. Visualize from your heart space another golden cord extending out to anybody that you want to extend it to. And offer them love and offer them healing. And know that you're setting this intention for their highest, highest good. And you're channeling from your angel through you to your family and friends. And just bask in this for a moment and feel how connected you are. Feel all the love that's coursing through from your angels to you, to whomever you connected this to. Just take a deep breath. And when you're done, send a thank you to your angels. Thank you for working with me. Thank you for sending me love. Thank you for sending me healing. And now you're going to ground yourself. So if you're in a seated position, you could take your right hand and place it on your left knee, and your left hand place it on your right knee. Or you could lean forward and you can grab onto your ankles. Just ground for a moment. Take a few more deep breaths. Really feel into what you just did and the connection you just felt and the healing energy you just received. Take one last deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And when you're ready, in your own time, you can open your eyes and return back.
Wow. That was incredible. I did that. I closed my eyes. I imagined my heart chakra opening up and just giving the love and receiving it back and extending it to some of my family members. So that was beautiful. Jillian, thank you for that.
Thank you. And you know, I actually did a heart link with you before we started this. So I just figured, yeah, it's really cool because, you know, if you're working with somebody, you could do that. You could offer and extend love and gratitude. You could do this with anybody because, you know, it's all good intentions. It's nothing bad. It's only sending love, sending gratitude, sending healing. So you could really do this with anybody. And it's a beautiful, beautiful gesture, you know, especially, like I said, especially if you're working with somebody, if you have to be around certain people, heart link with them, channel that beautiful, energetic healing that we all have access to. We all have angels. And it's funny because whether or not people resonate with things that I'm talking about today, I find that most people believe in something. Most people, if you ask, they believe they have maybe a guardian angel, or they believe in God or a source or whatever they believe in, but they believe in something. So whatever that something is for you is what you're going to do your heart link with. If it's not angels, then have it be something else. But it's a beautiful way to connect, and it's a beautiful way to offer that to somebody else as well. So I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yes, I really enjoyed that. And that's so great to know that you can do that. And it's just giving more love out to the world and just blessing more people. Jillian, I'm sure the listeners are going to want to get more of you and connect with you more and all that. So how can they find you?
So there's a few ways. I have a YouTube channel that I love telling people about because everybody loves videos nowadays. And there are meditation videos on there and EFT tapping videos, things of that nature. And my talk show, I started streaming live to there as well. So that's one way you can connect with me. That is jillianladano.tv. I have a beautiful online community that I love so much called Breathe and Balance. That's another great way. It's a really great place to be a part of. That is breatheandbalance.live. On all the socials, my name is just Jillian Ladano. You could find me that way. And very exciting, my website is being developed right now as we speak. So that is going to be out soon. That is jillianladano.com. And yeah, I'm really excited. There's a lot of cool things going on in my world right now. And I'm really, really excited to share them with people and connect with more people and just share the love and share the healing and share all the good energy and all the good vibes.
Yay. I'm so excited for you too. Can't wait for your website. I love everything that you're doing and how you're helping so many people. And so thank you for coming on here and just sharing your wisdom and your golden nuggets about how IET works. And then, sharing that beautiful practice with us that we could do now or, re-listen and continue to do to just be open to receiving more love and more blessings and abundance. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. I love what you're doing and the show is amazing. You're always spreading positivity. So it was such an honor to be a part of it. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And remember, friend, to dream big, follow your heart, and never give up on you because you're worth it. Thank you for joining me today on the Mindset Chick podcast. I hope this show has you waking up every morning excited about the new manifestations you have created in your life. And if you would honor me with a 5-star review over in iTunes, I will happily enter your name in my Mindset Chick swag giveaway. Make sure you add your name to the review and I will reach out to you if you're the winner. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Be sure to visit me at mindsetchick.com for past episodes and more gifts that will help you to manifest your dreams into reality.